Alright, fellow hunters, making a quick video here, get everyone maybe on the same page, go through a couple of my points. I've been doing some research on some things. First and foremost though, the channel might be growing a little bit, hoping to do some more content, Baldur's Gate 3 and Valheim related. So as the forge gets burning hot, you might see some more content coming from this channel. It could just be Valheim highlights of hardcore deaths or jump scares when we're getting close to finding Hammer, maybe breadcrumbs and whatnot, but hopefully we'll have some more stuff to go through. So hunters, as we prepare to hunt the Hammer, I think number one, we need to take over the starter island. Gather as much resources, materials, so that, if we die, I'm not planning on getting killed, but it's probably going to happen. If we die on Starter Island, we have a quick and easy respawn experience. So, like boat materials, we may even set up a boar farm so we have reliable food sources on the get-go. So that if you die out there while we're hunting Hammer, we can have a quick launch zone to continue the hunt and get back out there as quick as possible. Number two, we need to monitor high traffic areas like the Starter Island. If Hammer dies himself, you might get a free kill as he's running through trying to boat back to his home island. And the bosses as well. He only has 2 hours, so I'm thinking he might have time to kill the elk, and then he'll be getting out of here. If he wants to progress any further, he's going to have to find Elder and other bosses. So if we monitor those areas, and it might give us a better direction as to where he's going. If you notice some weird things like, a lot of trees are missing around this Elder spawn, that might be a good direction for where Hammer has gone. So watch for abnormalities. That's number 3. Even on spawn, other areas, if we see maybe he leaves a table somewhere. He said he might leave breadcrumbs depending on how hard the search is going, but we need to be looking for things out of the ordinary as we're exploring out and hunting for Hammer. And finally, number 4, we need to document and map everything we can. So I've seen a couple Reddit posts, some crude maps. It's going to be fun trying to make up our own maps, but I've figured out a couple things here to help get us started. So first and foremost, I have the map on. I've been doing some no map testing, but just so we can see, when you spawn in and you look towards the Elder here, that's north. And you got south here is, I think that's Yagluth. So the other thing is the tree above us is the same on every map as far as I can tell. So for me in my mapping, I'm going to be labeling things as such. The north here, I'm calling that twig, because that little twig branch that's coming off of the main branch. The east is the trunk. If you actually fly up a little bit, you can see it may not actually go clear down into the ground, but from where I can see, it looks like it's going into the ground. So east is trunk. South, I'm calling nub, because we got that tiny little nubbin of a branch there. Yeah, so south, nub. And then finally west, I'm calling the end, because to me that looks like the end of the tree. Kind of looks like it grows out and comes over here. So as we are boating around trying to find Hammer, we probably need to pick directions. I just killed myself. Pick directions. So I'm, maybe I'll start off going twig. I'll go to the north and try exploring generally in that direction, using the tree to help me guide every step of the way. As I go to one island north, I'll keep just going towards that twig, looking up at the tree, maybe taking a screenshot, and trying to follow my path that way. So if there's 4 or 5 of us, we can quickly branch out, see if we can get a trace on where he's at, and then go further from there. The other thing I forgot to mention, we should probably also work together on bosses and stuff. I mean, as we're branching out, it's going to be really hard to find things like Elder. As far as I've tested, you go into the dungeon, you click on it, it points you a direction within the dungeon, and if you can back your way out, you might have kind of a direction to go off of if you're using my coordinate. But we should probably start as quick as we can, figuring out, okay, Elder is probably trunk somewhere to the east. And then if we work together, getting kind of a baseline, our equipment tech up a little bit, I think we can outpace Hammer, find him, and kill him. So, that is all for you hunters. Stay tuned if I find out more information. In my testing, all this stuff is subject to change. We don't have the rule set from Hammer yet, and we don't have the official hardcore no map. So, if I discover anything, if you have any other things you've discovered, let me know. Thanks, hunters.